Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Dr. Stan Harris, known as Dr. Breakthrough, the Chief Breakthrough Trainer with Shop Free Mart, and we welcome you to our corporate call, and we're going to have an incredible time. I just want to say up front that Shop Free Mart products have not been evaluated by the FDA. We make no claims that our products treat, cure, or prevent disease. It may be a good idea to have a doctor monitor your results whenever beginning any health regimen, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure or blood sugar, as you may need to reduce these medications as your body returns to homeostasis. By the way, Shop Free Mart also shares up to 100% of its profit share value back with its members, and any profit shares that you receive will be based on your personal efforts of sharing the Shop Free Mart membership opportunity with others. And again, I define Shop Free Mart as an international discounted exclusive buyers club that is kingdom-based. And we've got a special guest today. This lady, Apostle Shirley Ferguson, as a matter of fact, her and her husband pastor out in California. She's one of our global ambassadors. She made ambassador literally in just a few days and global within 2 months. And I asked her to give a couple of the principles that helped her to make global in record time. And I'm sure she'll share some testimonials because she's got plenty in the people she's been working with. So, Apostle Ferguson, thank you for joining us. By the way, she's also an author, and she's an incredible, of course, wife and mother and just all-around great person. She knows all the facts. She's got a heart as big as Texas and California, I guess I should say. and you'll hear her with great delight. Apostle Ferguson, Global Ambassador, soon to be crowned. God bless you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be on this call today. I'm excited about the company. Just wanted to say that about companies. I've been in companies for like years and years, and this company is the first company that really caught my attention because of the setup. A lot of companies, and I know people probably heard it all the time, but a lot of companies you have to jump through hoops and stand on one leg with your arm up and all that just to be able to get promoted. But this company, I love it because it promotes you all by yourself. It's you doing the work. And I just wanted to kind of give a testimony real quick about myself and how I use the products and what it did for me. First of all, I go to the gym. I work out almost every day. And I started having problems with my left knee and my left shoulder from maybe lifting wrong or what have you. And when I was introduced to the company by Dr. Sonia Ham, she was trying to give me like little information about the products and stuff. And so when I went online and looked at the products, I saw I think it was a testimony of an older guy, and he was talking about the sciatica. And so I told my husband about it, and he said, well, let's just order it. So we ordered it because we were having problems. We thought that our couch, when we watch TV, our couch, we would get up and we would kind of be like stiff and sore and can't really get up straight. And mind you, we're not like old people, but we were sitting on the couch and he started saying, man, we got to get another couch. So we went to a furniture store, picked out a couch we liked. The Holy Spirit told me, don't buy it. And I didn't understand why not. And so I just told my husband, I said, well, we're just going to go home. We'll think about it. And a couple of days passed by. We were taking the sciatica. And one day my husband just gets off the couch without any issue or problem. And I didn't pay any attention, but he noticed it. And he said, hey, did you notice something? And I'm like, no, I didn't notice anything. He said, I got off the couch. I didn't have no issue, no problem. And then it made me start thinking, wait, my knee's not hurting no more. So that's how we got hooked on the sciatica. Then after that, we were told about the hydration drops. Now, the hydration drops, which I should have took first, but I didn't. But I love the hydration drops. I put them in my water. It gives me energy. I'm alert. And the water tastes better. I don't know how that is, but the water tastes better. And so we started just purchasing all the products as we needed. And then I started telling other people because they noticed that when I'm at the gym, I wasn't holding my knee, I wasn't limping. And so they started asking me. And so I started just telling people my testimony of how the products work for me, because I can't tell anybody anything about any product or anything if I'm not using it for them to get a real sense of the products working. And so when I told a few people, they signed up, they started using it. And one lady in particular, I wish she was on the call, but she was at work. She had a problem with thyroid. And she started taking the Pure-Dyne and the hydration drops. She had signed up and she started taking it, and her energy level is like through the roof. She has a grandchild that she could never really play with because she would get tired. She's now like pretty much doing over the top. So really sharing your testimony, I believe, is a real niche. And when people know you or know of you or someone else, it gets them to realize that the products really do work. And the evidence of it is what also gets people to the place of wanting to try. And guaranteed, once they try it, they're going to get hooked on it. I have people in our organization that had tried one, and then they tried another one, and then they tried another one. And the products are excellent. I love them because they're not pills. All of them are not pills, because I know people get tired of taking pills, but these are just drops that you just put in your water. You can put them in your mouth. I normally just put them under my tongue. I use all the products that's in the droppers. And each product does specifically what it says it's going to do. Another lady has had a testimony of having numbness in her shoulder, and I think she had a pinched nerve, and she started taking the Pure Mag, and within 2 days or so, she hasn't had that pain no more. The numbness had went away. So, and us just being consistent with telling people, showing people, asking questions. I really love what Dr. Sand was saying about, I think it was yesterday, how to approach people and how to get them to hear you. And I think that's one thing, because we don't want to just come at people the wrong way because people get turned off, because I'm sure there's so much stuff out there that's floating around that everybody is putting that they want to be on their team. But with these products, this is something that's really good for your health. And we all sure want to live a long time, and it's just us getting our bodies back to where it should be. I have a lot of people in my family that are nurses and doctors and respiratory therapists, and even with them, they're saying like all the medications, and I'm not knocking doctors, okay, and I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just saying that the medications that we take, they're synthetic really to our bodies, and so they don't really cure anything, and they don't really help. And it's for me, I go up with the Bible. Everything is here on earth, and everything I love is natural, and it actually works well with our body because we all came from the ground. So the consistency, even being on the calls, I can't make every call, but I try to get on most calls just to listen so I can get more information. And I believe that if all of us really join together and really get the word out there, this company, we already know that's the vision that John has, but we really want this vision to come to fruition like quick, manifestation like quick, because I believe when people start to take the product, they're going to tell somebody else, and they're going to tell somebody else, and it's going to grow like wildfire. And I heard somebody earlier, I just got on, and I heard somebody was talking about, I guess, another product, I don't know. But we don't want it to be like just product driven as far as like get this, because I saw something on the internet, and I called Dr. Breakthrough and asked him about it, and he told me to call the company, and because it's like we want people to be looking at the actual products, because the products actually do work. And I'm excited because I don't get tired like I used to. Even my parents, they're 95. My dad is 95 with 3 hip replacements. He can do squats now, which he holds on to the counter, but he can do that. My mom is 85. They have a huge garden. My dad is 95, and he's out there digging ground. And the ground out here is not like soft ground. And my mom is 85, and she used to have to wear a back brace to bend over because she does all the pulling and stuff like that. And she don't even wear her back brace. She wears the nano cards. Oh, my God, the nano cards are off the chain. The nano cards, I wear them every day. I put them in my shoes when I go to the gym. I wear them. And in my bed, one time my husband had I don't know if he knew that he had 3 cards because I had a card. And we were in such a deep sleep that when I woke up, I didn't even know how long I was asleep. The cards are excellent. I do the test with everybody with I think Dr. Ferguson, we had shown, I think you did a video about your arm being put up and you hold the card in the other hand. And so I tested with everybody, and there's people on my job, just by me telling them, they use the nano cards. One lady had she was having back pain, and I took one of my cards and gave it to her, and she signed up. And so the nano cards are like amazing, and I love it because we get 5 cards for only, I think it's $48. When there's another card out there I saw that was for like $400, $399. And I'm saying we get 5 cards. And my husband started putting it on his car. I haven't tested out the gas thing yet, but the refrigerator, all of this stuff works. And I've been in companies where stuff just does not work, and that's the reason why I got out of it. But this company, I see myself getting to that crown. I see the people that are on our team get into the crown. I see all the potential that each one of us really have. It's just a matter of us opening our mouths and testifying about it. We tell people about everything else, about our kids. We tell people about our jobs. We tell people about our church. It's the same thing. You just let people know. And it's really up to the individual if they want to try it or not. But if they know you and they trust you, like I did with Dr. Ham, I trusted her opinion. And so I just did it because I'm a person that I'll try it. I'll try it just to see. And if we could get in that place of really telling people, I'm sure that anybody that you tell, and the only reason why I believe maybe somebody will not is because either they don't have the funds, which they do, but in their head they don't, because we buy any and everything else, and we try any and everything else. But sometimes people just get stuck in their mode. But our job is just to let people know. Put it out there when you talk to people, when you go to the grocery store. I saw somebody in the store, they was trying to buy something at a store, and I kind of mentioned it, and I gave them some information, and I need to look to see if they signed up. But I had posted just one thing on Facebook, and I got like 3 people that signed up, and it was just because they trusted. And so I'm just saying that your testimony is powerful, the evidence is powerful, and the consistency is powerful. And all you have, they're giving us an opportunity to just have people get on the call. Getting on the call, getting people to the call. They're doing all the work for us, which I truly, truly appreciate, because there are days that I can't because of my schedule, but it gets people on the call, and they're so good at what they're talking about and explaining it, people will sign up just because of that. Liddy is excellent. Actually, everybody that gets on the call are excellent. Dr. Katrina, Dr. Ham, Dr. Stan, everybody that's on the call are so awesome, to where all you have to do is just send people the phone number to get on the call. And real quick, let me just say this about the business, the virtual business card. So Dr. Breakthrough told me about it. I signed up. I procrastinated on getting it done. I just got overwhelmed with other stuff. So me and another partner of mine that's in the business, we got together and we made a commitment that we're going to hold each other accountable to do certain things so we can make rank. And I did my virtual business card. I sent it to one of my real estate agents. And she loved it. And she said, I got to get this. She said, this is so great, because she had a little, just a little thing that has her name and her picture, but it wasn't as nice and professional as ours. So anyone that doesn't have that, I suggest that you get that. Also, the breakthrough, the 21-day breakthrough challenge, that's awesome. You get uplifting messages every day for 21 days if you stay on it, and then you have an opportunity to listen to it again. I mean, how awesome is that? Everything about this company is awesome. And the best thing is that it's Christian-based. That's the best. That was another reason why, because people say they're Christians, but their life doesn't show. But when you hear John Austin, he's always talking about scripture, he's talking about God. He's so humble, and that's how we all, should just be drawn just to that. And he's pouring out all the time. Dr. Stan is pouring out. I know I call you Dr. Stan and Dr. Breakthrough, or whatever comes in my mind. But they're always pouring out. And let's not let it go to waste. Let's get people on this call. Let's get people on the team. Let's get people healthy. Let's get people wealthy. That's our call is for that. Our call is that. And so I'm just excited about passing up the global ambassador to get to crown. I only have a few more people to get them to sign up. And we're having an event August the 25th here in Fairfield, California. And we're reaching people all over to come, and hopefully they show up, because we have Dr. Katrina and Letty that's going to be there doing the event. And we have people coming from San Francisco, Sacramento. So I'm really, truly excited about that. And I really thank you for this opportunity. I don't want to take up too much time, because, you know, preachers, they can keep on going and keep on talking. And as you know, we have a church, and I don't want to do that. So I appreciate the opportunity. And I really, truly pray that each of us will really get on the ball and really encourage people to get on this call, so you can build your team, and then your team can get healthy and wealthy at the same time. God bless you. Back to you, Dr. Breakthrough.
Wow, wow, wow. Global ambassador, soon to be crown ambassador, Apostle Shirley Ferguson. You did your father proud. Both fathers, your heavenly father. And so thank you. Folks, I hope you picked up. She gave three simple points. I'm going to ask you a question or two if you got a few more moments. And that is this. She said, your testimony. So folks, write this down. Facts tell, testimonials sell. Now I know in network marketing, they say, story sell, but I'm not a network marketer. I've never been a network marketer, nor will I ever be a network marketer. I am a networker who leverages marketing. There's a huge difference. So network marketers try to go on hype and all this kind of stuff. So facts tell, and they say stories sell. Now the problem is we've heard too many stories that weren't true. So facts tell, testimonies sell. And that's what Apostle Ferguson's been doing. First, what she did, she got her products in, and she started getting got her own testimonial, got her husband's testimonial, and she started getting people's testimonials. And guess what? She started leveraging, started using those. And so everybody can get a testimonial. She got a testimonial with the virtual business card. She got a testimonial with the 21-day breakthrough challenge. And so, folks, the key is getting testimonials, but you can't get a testimonial if you don't get the product. If you don't have the virtual business card, you won't ever have a testimonial. If you don't get the Siaga, you won't have a testimonial. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you, these products that she mentioned are so good that you can put your foot down on it. They're concentrated, unlike a lot of other companies water things down. And so getting a testimonial is very, very simple and easy. And when you give your testimonial, you just want to real quick, this is before and then this is after. Did you hear her say, okay, we were like, now usually she'll say her husband gets up like a monster from the couch. He must be on the call today. You ain't said that. So he
right.
But then she got up and all of a sudden then she recognized, by the way, folks, you have to do this with people. You got to let them know everybody's body is different. However, you might notice this or this or this or this. Some people notice this and this and this. And then what happens, you start setting an expectation. And then when it happens, now they know what happened. Because here's what happens to some of you, and bless your heart, you mean well. You don't give them any information, and things happen, and they don't even attribute it to taking the products. They just think, and they're not even aware of it. Like she said, some things you're not even aware of. And then she's like, oh, and her husband said, wait a minute, did you know? Oh, wait a minute. So, folks, you if you're going to be successful in business, you're going to have to take the initiative and go the extra mile. And so now that Apostle Ferguson had that experience, it's going to be easier for her with greater conviction to say to people, now, you might experience this. My husband and I, we experienced this. So-and-so experienced this. I don't know what it's going to do for you, but just watch for this, watch for this, watch for this, watch for this. And if you let people know that, then when that thing happens, they'll go like, oh, my God. I mean, I get so many phone calls and texts like, oh, my goodness, you told me this might happen. And, oh, it happened even better than you said, right? And so number one, she said, is your testimony. Use your testimony. And if you don't have one, you can use someone else's until you get your own, right? And then, Apostle, you said evidence. Number two was evidence. And just recap, help them to understand when you say evidence, what exactly do you mean by that? Because these are the three main things you said you used to become a global ambassador in record time.
Right. So the evidence is from me when I was at the gym working out, and people would notice that I couldn't lift heavy or certain ways that I moved or my knee. And so when they saw me, like, I don't know, a week and two later, they realized that I wasn't doing that. And so the evidence was me not having to hold my knee or wear a knee brace and all of that. And so when they, and then even seeing my energy level, because they know me, because they see me every day. And so when they saw my energy level, one girl even in particular asked me, she said, well, look at you, you're doing this. And I'm like, because I'm pretty much, I think I'm like the second oldest out of all the people that's there. So, you know, the young people, they're like really energetic, and, you know, us, we kind of like trying to get there. But they saw the energy, and then I just told them, nano carbs and the hydration drops. So the evidence is you know, showing people, right. Mm-hmm.
And when you evidence also, I'm sure you've been using, because I've heard you even do this several times, the 200diseases.com, that website, sending people to.
Oh, that website gets everybody all the time, because what they do is, you know, you tell them about the product of it, and what I do is I usually give them for them to sign up first, okay? Because it's free. Just sign up for free. It's free. You don't have to buy anything. And once they sign up, then I send them to 200 Diseases. And so when they look at 200 Diseases, they pick whatever, you know, the ailment is, and then they see it. And then that's when they go back to Shop Free Mart, and then they buy what the 200 Diseases says.
Wow. So, folks, are you getting this? This is how, I mean, this is real to life. This lady, a busy pastor, busy with so many different things she's doing, and she made global in record time, and she's giving you three key things she did. Number one, the testimonies. Number two, she said evidence. And folks, so you got to use this. And then you said number three, consistency. And just again, just hit that home one more time about people being consistent.
Yeah, so even in our own lives, you know, we're never really consistent. But in order for the products to work and for people to see a difference, you have to be consistent with the product, so then you can have a testimony. And being consistent is talking about it, just like you talk about anything else, because all of us talk to people every day. But do we include the products? And being consistent meaning that you're doing it all the time. It's just not a hit and miss. You do it one day, then 2 months later you talk about it. People, when you're doing something and people know you're doing something, when they only see you talk about it once in a while, they don't think that you're serious. So if they see you talking about it all the time, or they see you doing it, they know that you must be on this thing for real, because consistency, people start to pay attention when you're consistent. It's just like a person that's wavering. If you waver, well, you're unstable in everything that you do. When people see consistency, they know that you're stable. And then they can really bank on it, because if you're switching from this company to this company, then next month you're at this company, then you're at this company, people are never going to believe anything that you say. So once you get with a company like this, you're not going anywhere else. And you're going to be consistent, and you should be consistent.
Wow. Well, that's powerful. And folks, you know, everybody can't be super talented, but everybody can be consistent, right? Everybody can't be super flashy, but everybody can be consistent, just showing up, and by the way, showing up expecting something. So if you take these 3 points and work them like Apostle Shirley Ferguson did, work the testimonies, the testimonial again. If you don't have one, use other people's, leverage theirs.
Right.
And get your own. And the way you get your own is by, like you said, using the products and using them consistently. You know.
Can I say something else?
Yes.
So, you know, another thing that I started doing was with my hydration drops. When I go, like, if we go out to eat, I bring my hydration drops with me. Well, actually, they're always in my purse, because you just never know where you're at. And so when I get to the restaurant, I ask for water, of course. They bring my water in a glass, and I take my drops out, and I set them on the table, and then I drop them in there, and people are looking. And sometimes you'll get people that's just looking, and sometimes you get people that says, what is that? Boom, that's an opportunity right there to give your testimony. And when you do that, people see that you're actually using. I do them at work. I have them on my desk, and people see me dropping all the time. And that's how I got a few people that were here.
So you be dropping it like it's holy, huh?
Right.
So that's a great point, though, Apostle. Taking your drops with you everywhere. When I preached for Dr. Haywood Robinson up in Maryland, his wife, when I walked in the door, as soon as she saw me, she said, "Oh, thank you. thank you for telling my husband, Dr. Hayward, about this. She's like, everything you do, he joins. And she said, but I'm telling you this one. She's like, oh, my goodness, I'm losing weight. I'm feeling better.
Yes.
My skin is softer. She's like, oh, thank you. She said, by the way, she told me, she said, those hydration drops, I don't go nowhere. She said, you hear me without taking my drops. She said, I got my drops right now in church.
Those hydration drops, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when you said about the skin, now, I'm serious. So, you know, ladies sometimes, certain times they get like little bumps and stuff like that. I haven't had a bump. My face I usually never have bumps anyway, but every once in a while I get one here and there. I haven't had a bump since I started the hydration. And if a bump tries to come, and I'm so serious, it will come real quick and it's gone like the next day. So those hydration drops, man, they keep your skin flawless. And and another thing, I used the pure pure silver, and I had a bump that came on my eyelid, and my daughter said, "Mom, what is that?" And I used that on my. Do you not know within? I'm not kidding. I don't even know if it was. It might have been a day and a half. That bump went away. And that pure silver that stuff is like some good stuff.
Awesome. Folks, I'm telling you, you're at the right place at the right time. I trust you have the right mind and take the right action. Everybody can everybody can use the products. And like she said, if you use them consistently, and like I said, you put your products on display. We take them with you everywhere you go. And I don't drink anything without treating it with hydration drops, by the way. My wife, whenever we're in town, she makes me fresh carrots, celery, apple, cucumber. I mean, she mixes different things. But I always put a drop of hydration drops in that as well. And we take our drops with us everywhere we go. I take my NanoCard course with me everywhere I go and demonstrate, as you said, all the time. And so to me, the NanoCards and the hydration drops are like Batman and Robin. It's like the Green Hornet and Kato. You know, they just work so well, and it's just a natural thing. And, of course, that 21-day breakthrough challenge sets your mind right. Well, folks, again, you've heard it. This is incredible. Apostle Ferguson, thank you very much for all that you do. As a matter of fact, I texted her one time. I was like, my goodness, I said, you're only a few more away from making global. You can do it. A couple hours later, she texted back, it's done. I was like, wait a minute, I thought you was at work. She said, look, child, I got this folk at work. I started demonstrating.
Right.
So one thing I like about you, you're a real go-getter. And like I said, you sink your teeth into it and you make things happen. So we just had a whole company of people like you that had that consistency, that had that dedication, that had that commitment, that leveraged their testimony, right? That leveraged the 200 Diseases website, that leveraged the different calls. I know one time I was preaching at a church, and after the church, we had it set up where I did a Zoom, where you all were in California, and I'm doing a Zoom in Humble, Texas, and you had folks on that Zoom, and we were able to leverage that. So, folks, the name of the game is caring enough about yourself, caring enough about others to share.
Right.
Like you said, we've been doing this our whole lives, sharing stuff that works and doing it from a heart of compassion. Well, thank you. By the way, the hydration drops, I called Dr. Wheaton the other day, and I went to his voicemail, and on his voicemail, Apostle Ferguson, I was like, I could tell, I said, he read my book, How to Build a Big Team Fast, which everybody here deserves to get, only if you want to build a big team fast. But anyway, I mean, some people like this being small, but, you know, but here's what he said. He said, by the way, call this number and get this powerful information on hydration drops that can change your life. And he gave the number, and you all should write it down if you don't have it. It's 646-653-1827. That's 646-653-1827. Could I give you a little homework and say everybody on this line call that number? And matter of fact, even three-way someone into the number. But again, 646-653-1827. And I would recommend some of you did like Dr. Wheaton did on his answer machine, because when they call and they don't get a hold of you, and he gave them a greeting, and he said, by the way, your life can be transformed by getting something called hydration drops. Here's the information. He said, write this number down, and he gives the number, 646-653-1827. So guess what? He's leveraging his phone as a way of
marketing
the product. Yes. And so anyway, So, folks, you get so many tips and techniques here. And so, Apostle, we're about to close out. Is there anything you want to leave the folks with, one closing thought you'd like to leave folks with?
Just go out there and just make it happen. Nobody's going to be able to do it for you. Whatever you want, you have the dominion, you have the power, you have the authority to get out there and just make things happen. We make other things happen for other people, but what about yourself? And I just pray that each person that's on this line, whoever is on this line, really gets serious about your life, because I've been saying this since last year, that there was going to be a recession, and we have to have some stuff in line. And people about their health, they will spend money for their health, you know. And so if we just get out there and just be consistent and talk to people, your testimony, have the evidence of you taking it. And just like Dr. Breakthrough was saying, get the 21-day challenge. Whatever you need to do that works for you, which all of it will. And when you were talking about him on his voicemail, I said, I'm about to change my voicemail and put that on there. And you gotta try. You got to try stuff and see if it works for you. Step out on faith. Can't do anything without having faith. We step into our car, open our car door. We believe it's going to open. We believe that the car is going to start. That's faith. So why not do this with these products and this great, awesome company and all the people that's a part of it?
Wow. Let me give y'all, by the way, again, I said we need more people. If we had a whole company like this lady, I mean, business would be totally booming for everybody and checks would be zooming. I don't know if y'all just noticed what happened, but I quoted what Dr. Wheaton does, and immediately, you see what she said, I'm about to change my cell number. And see, here's the problem. Some of you didn't even think about it. She's already ready to do it. Some of you didn't even think about that. That's what I'm saying. You got to learn to grab hold of something that you can put into practice. You got to learn to grab hold of stuff that you can start implementing instead of just coming on the call to hear something and hear something and hear something. Okay, it's great to hear, but find something, at least one main thing you can grab and take away and start implementing so you can get the benefits. And so let me give you a quote that everybody ought to write down, and you ought to challenge people to think about this, because you can choose now to invest money and set aside time for your wellness, or you will one day be forced to spend a whole lot of money and take much time for your illness. You decide. So you can choose now to invest money and set aside time for your wellness. That's, by the way, what she does when she works out. By the way, I just came from the gym right before I did this call. And by the way, part of why you're doing your presentation, I was brushing my teeth for the second time with my Enviro soap with a little bit of peppermint in there I learned from Liddy. But anyway, so again, folks, you can choose now to invest money. That's what when you're getting these products, you can choose now to invest money and set aside time for your wellness, or you will one day be forced to spend a whole lot more money and much time on your illness. You decide. And I'm glad here at Shop Free Mart, we're empowering people to decide to choose now to invest a little bit of money, to set aside a little bit of time for their wellness, so they won't one day have to be forced to spend a whole lot of money and much time on their illness. So thank you, Dr. Ferguson. We appreciate you. And if you've got to go, I understand I'm going to open up for a couple questions. I did have one person text me, though, and say, how do you find out what people are interested in? And here, it's real simple. Go to a website, www.freebreakthroughpresentation.com. www.freebreakthroughpresentation.com, and there's a 24/7 presentation that I do that's there, and people can access it, and I'm demonstrating basically using all the different things that you can use to grab people's attention. So you can go there, you can grab that and watch that on Free Breakthrough Presentation, or you can just send people there. They'll watch it and then make sure, again, as Apostle said, you have them signed up with your link and so forth. And anyway, and so then we can send you also, I actually put it in chart form, but just simply asking a few questions. And the simplest thing I've done is, would you like to be healthier, wealthier, wiser, or all three? And they always say all three. Well, would you like to do all three sooner or later? And they always say sooner. And then I said, well, how soon is soon to you? No, one guy, Apostle, said next week, that's when I get paid. Where I was going. So anyway, alrighty, again, so thank you very much. This is powerful. This is the type of information that people need, they can use, and it calls them to get their breakthrough.